Rana, welcome to this 9-minute or less overview of my recommended human design and gene key resources. In this video, I'm going to make it super simple for you to understand where to go to get started on your self-exploration journey of your human design and gene keys charts. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this is because it's easy to pull a chart, but one of the problems is that when people pull their human design or gene keys chart, they don't really know what they're looking at. And so the issue that happens is that people do nothing with it, or they'll take their chart, go out onto the internet or onto Instagram and just try and absorb as much as they can about their type, as much as they can find about them. And what happens with that is they're so busy absorbing everything that it gets too much and they end up like spewing it up. Therefore, they get dizzy, right? And just put it to the side, put it in the too hard basket. Maybe or maybe not, they might go to someone to just like help them and give them a reading. And the amount of people that I've spoken to that are just like, yeah, I know my type, I had a reading, but like I retained this much. The amount of people that I talk to that have that story is a lot. So I wanted to make a short and simple way to understand the different systems, platforms, and resources that are out there. My top recommendations based on myself study, and I'm a projector, so I'm built to kind of go through the internet and the abyss and, you know, gather like what is powerful. And I don't really recommend doing that. So I really wanted to make a condensed way for you to understand how you can be smart about your self-exploration. So let's jump into the different systems and resources. And then at the end, I'm going to give you 3 tips, pieces of advice, if you care to take them, about supporting yourself on your self-exploration journey. So first things first is we're going to have a look at one of the easiest ways to pull up your human design chart, and that is through this website here. And by the way, all the links to all these places I'm going to have for you below, so you can just click them and save them or pass them on to anyone else that you are helping. Jovian Archive is the founding site of human design. So this was founded by the founder, Ra. I won't go too much into that. He's passed away and this is his legacy. And so you can pop in your details here, name, date of birth, time of birth, place of birth, and it will spit out a PDF document. It's really aesthetic, it's pretty. But again, if you don't know what you're looking at, you can take that chart and go onto the internet and Google things. But the next program that I'm going to kind of show you is, in my opinion, a much easier way to understand the basics of your chart. Jovian Archive does have some options to go deeper into your chart, but it's all kind of like all over the place. And unless you know what you need to look for, then I wouldn't recommend doing that. What I recommend is coming to this next site, which is mybodygraph.com. You can pull a free chart, or you can create a free account, sorry. And in this account, you can pull as many charts as you want for free. And they're all listed, they're all saved. Like, as you can see here, there's a library and all of the people that you pull, all of your charts, maybe family, friends, they'll all be saved in there. The free tier only gives you information up to a certain point, and then when you pay, you can get extra information, deeper information. But if you're just starting out, you don't need all of that information anyways. So my absolute hands down recommendation to begin is to come and create a MyBodyGraph account, put in your details and get started there. I'm on the like open paid version, but as you get everything in this introduction, which steps you through understanding your type, your strategy and authority, and your open centers, all right? And you can read through everything there, and they also have some audios. So that's where I would go. The third platform that I'm going to show you for maybe future reference is Genetic Matrix. It is such a deep system. I wouldn't be going here if I was starting out, just because it's not as user-friendly. You got like, who knows what all that stuff is, right? It's not as user-friendly, but if you know what you're looking at, this is an awesome platform an app to use. And it also has Human Design and Gene Keys. But again, I wouldn't come into this if you don't know what you're doing. Gene Keys. There's only one place to pull your Gene Keys profile, and that is on genekeys.com. Again, the link will be below. So pop in your details. And again, it spits out a profile. It's about 3 or 4 pages, and it gives you an overview of your Gene Keys profile. So we've got a couple of minutes left, and I want to jump into just some of my tips and pieces of advice to help you on your self-exploration journey. I'm just going to have a sip of water. So I really want you to understand what this journey is about. And the reason why I wanted to make this simple to access and find quality information when you're first, like in your first week, right, is because this journey isn't about absorbing information. It's not about learning. It's about unlearning the ways in which that you have been conditioned, and it's different for each and every person. It's about unlearning. So the easier that I can guide people to make the learning piece simpler, more enjoyable, because you know where to go to get the, you know, to get the information, to build the awareness on a mind level. Like, the simpler that process can be, then, you know, you can get that part out of the way and get into what it's really about, which is the embodiment of what you are learning about. So it's kind of like you read stuff and you learn it so that you can understand it viscerally from in your body, and verify, which is the last piece, right? So probably we'll do number 3 first. So you can verify everything, right? If something is telling you what is a projector or what is a generator, you need to be able to feel that in your body and embody the truth in that for you. If it doesn't have truth in it for you, let it go. It's that simple. Let it go and concentrate on something that you can viscerally, like, verify in your body. And the last point, which I put it as a second point, but it turned out to be the last one, is just what to be aware of. There is so much information out there about Human Design and Gene Keys. More so, I'm talking at Human Design on this piece because there's just a lot of information, whereas Gene Keys really has this flavor of, you know, it's really got like a overarching theme in the Gene Keys of, this is, be patient, this is not something, you know, this is not about the information. Like Richard Rudd really drills that home, that it's about contemplation, taking your time. It's not about the information. Whereas Human Design, it's a bit of a bigger beast, and there's so many people teaching it where this is not prefaced or pre-framed. And so what I'm saying to be aware of is anyone that's saying that they can, like, anyone who's claiming that they can help you to change your life, or, you know, through these systems, is selling you something that they simply do not have. And what they're actually selling, telling you, teaching you, is they're selling you more attachment to what you think you want, whereas the system is all about detaching from what you think you want and what you think you know, and surrendering to what is true in the body. So that's just something to be aware of. Lastly, if you want to continue this conversation, feel free to book in a 10-minute chat or message me, and we can just see where you're at and if we align. So I hope this has been helpful, and that's us. I'm going to leave it there with 30 seconds to go. All right, have a good one. Bye for now.